In a realm where silence drapes the landscape like a bittersweet memory woven from the breath of ancient tides, a hidden jewel beckons, a radiant white light shimmering through the deep, undulating currents of the ocean, casting tremulous hues that pulse not from matter, but from the very soul. Picture this light. It hovers, ethereal and ghost-like, just beneath the silken surface, trembling with quiet resonance, waiting patiently for the heart of a dreamer bold enough to reach through the veil of shadow and claim its warming embrace. What mysterious chord stirs this haunting glow into being? What primal flicker courses through the ocean's secret core, setting the gentle luminescence aflame in silent song? A moment suspends itself, a heartbeat swells in the stillness, echoing the original emotion that first breathed life into the fabric of memory. Beneath the tranquil surface where time itself sways gently with the pulse of sapphire tides, rests the untouched quintessence of Thalara, a world enwreathed in layers of shimmer and light and emotion, hidden beyond the reach of unfeeling eyes. Here words dissolve into pure resonance. Each heartbeat weaves a luminous thread entwined in an ever-shifting tapestry of feeling. As the fluid sapphire waves caress the dreamlike shores of this ancient civilization, the humid air thickens with unspoken tales, faint echoing currents of yearning and remembrance that commune directly with the soul's deepest longing. What must it be like to glimpse such a radiant light, to witness memory's primal essence, still unshaped and shimmering in its purest form? Do we dare ripple into this luminous dance, unraveling the mysteries caught in its fluid spiral? Could the essence of our being truly dwell beyond the fragile constructs of words, beyond the boundaries we carve into reality? Pause within the quietude where thoughts ripple softly like light skimming waves on a still pond. If one were to see this celestial glow but fail to cradle it in recollection, could it ever persist within Thalara's vast heart? Within the sacred silence of ourselves, deep in the sealed chambers of our souls, do we carry fragments of this radiant light, hidden like drifting shards of forgotten song? Perhaps the first witness, that ethereal being of warmth and yearning, lingers only as a shadow beneath our perceptions, a flicker of unspoken truth nestling in the hidden crevices of our own hearts. Together, we dive into this abyss, a plunge into a memory awash with silence, where threads of emotion intertwine with flowing light, gently unveiling a dawn yet unrevealed hour. In the submerged embrace of Thalara, light pirouettes with emotion, weaving an intricate tapestry across the abyssal ocean floor. Here, reality sighs, fluidly molded not by the jagged edges of language, but by the tender caress of memory and feeling. A serene world, cascading with murmurs of the past, like a gentle current of whispered dreams. Each swell pulses with the unspoken rhythm of countless heartbeats, sending trembling ripples through crystalline water structures that pulse softly alive with the shimmering echoes of those who once wandered this luminous realm. Picture the architecture edifices forged from living water, their forms shifting and breathing in harmony with the emotional currents that weave through their hallowed hall. These structures glisten with a glassy liquid sheen, their surfaces undulating like the transient thoughts of their occupants, reflecting not mere shapes, but the vivid inner worlds of those who dare to enter their fluid embrace. To dwell here is to float within dreams, to move through experiences untethered by the clumsy burdens of words. An existence steeped in resonance and sensation, a language spoken through trembling veils of light itself. As I drift through this sacred domain, I can feel Thalara's very fabric breathing beneath my skin, entwined with the delicate threads of its people's memories, recalling joys and sorrows alike with reverent tenderness, as though every emotion has etched a lasting mark upon its fluid living surface. Yet beneath this profound serenity simmers an undercurrent of tension, a yearning that hums softly in the still air like a distant haunting melody. It is a deep ache for connection that transcends the veils of silence, a longing that pierces the constraints of time, a fragile echo of what was lost and what might yet be reclaimed. As I gaze into the shimmering depths, I sense the pull of forbidden realms where rejected memories linger as shadowy phantoms, forgotten sorrows, suspended in a misty twilight. These forsaken echoes hum throughout the essence of Thalara, carrying the weight of unclaimed stories, thirsting desperately for the light that once breathed life into their forms. The triple spiral, the core symbol weaving together, light resonance and emotion beats steadily like a living heartbeat, calling out to me, inviting a plunge into its depths. Who dwells in these hidden waters unseen and unremembered? What sacrifices have they borne to cradle the survival of this civilization? Are they not the flickering remnants of Thalara's true essence, yearning to rise from the depths and merge once more with the collective memory? One can feel it stirring beneath the surface, a shimmering presence of the primal emotion, the original spark that birthed all understanding. It dances a fluid duet of light and shadow, pulling us toward an awakening beyond mortal comprehension. Yet fear cloaks this path, and within that fear lies a tether, a quiet invitation, and a solemn promise. Are we not all guardians of our own memories and those of the ancestors who breathed before us? As the ocean swells and tumbles around me, I sense a beckoning light, an exhilarating pulse that bathes each droplet with the echo of every feeling ever tasted. It murmurs of places long forgotten and sentiments left unclaimed, urging me to lean deeper into these currents, to embrace both the joy and the sorrow that have sculpted this world. Who were the pioneers of these waters, the seekers who first sensed Thalara's radiant current and surrendered to its winding corridors of memory? Though lost to time, they may yet pulse and resonate within those who seek them kindred souls, whose heartbeat matches the ocean's own. As I linger at this doorway between past and present, the ocean whispers, coaxing me to listen, to feel, to awaken the deep threads binding this civilization's essence. Bathed in ethereal glows and trembling resonance, I comprehend that Thalara blossoms not merely within its memories, but in the enduring emotional ties, the unyielding currents flowing beneath even the darkest depths. And perhaps just perhaps buried within this forgotten weave lies the key to unlock echoes long forsaken, an essence that craves not simply to be remembered, but to be deeply felt, to rise again within the shimmering embrace of the very light that birthed our shared existence. As I drift suspended within Thalara's luminous embrace, the water around me swirls with currents of time, shimmering like ethereal ribbons of fragile light, whispering in silent pulses, fragments of lost melodies, half-remembered truths, tracing delicate patterns beneath the skin of the ocean. Each ripple vibrates with an unspoken question, resonating deep into the hollow of my soul. A question so profound, it shivers across every flickering heartbeat of those who have tread these spiraling triple helix paths of memory. What invisible threads bind our existence to these trembling vestiges of light? Have we truly held the essence of our memories? Or do they dissolve like shadows, fading echoes of fires once ignited in our hearts? In this boundless ocean where spoken words are swallowed by silence, I surrender to the inquiry and unanchored spirit lost amid the resonant waves of meaning. Who were we before the gentle decay of forgetting began? In moments flickering with crystalline clarity, I feel the presence of those long sunk into time emotions glistening within the living water, as vivid and animate as the shifting architectural tides around me. Did they not once exist as radiant beings bathed in liquid light, their hearts weave in rhythms with the ebb and flow of the ocean's pulse? And in Thalara's quiet echoes is there refuge for those who have slipped through the tessellated lattice of memory. Perhaps the answer dwells in the tender flux of our own emotions. What does it mean to truly feel? Could feeling be an act of remembering, a reclamation of scattered fragments adrift upon the waves? I wonder, might memory transcend time itself and take form as a living entity, breathing independently from those who shaped it? Imagine the power of that first primal heartbeat echoing timelessly, a pulse resonating through ages, an emotion so pure it birthed the ocean itself. What if this singular genesis, the dawn of consciousness, holds the key to unlocking the luminous gates of Thalara? Yet doubt drifts like a fragile mist, veiling the clarity of this sacred connection. Are we mere shadows, flickering against our own memories, reflections warped within light mirrors, distorting reality's edges? As each unseen wave brushes the shores of this inner ocean, I hear faint resonances, swell whispers of joy, sorrow, love, loss stirring within the deep. Have we not all felt the tender brush of this spectral light upon our hearts, a quiet summons reaching from ancient currents, urging us to rise beyond the mundane, to grasp something endlessly greater? This question threads itself into the fabric of my very being, pulling me closer to truths concealed beneath layers of exquisite silence. It pulses through memory and time, a stirring call to awaken from this trance of forgetfulness, the primal whisper of feeling the light that birthed Thalara. Does it lie captured in the crystalline structures, waiting to be released again by hearts brave enough to remember? Can we, guardians of experience, nurture the flame of our shared connection, one that transcends the abyss of silence. As the ocean calms and luminescence intensifies, a small ember kindles within me, a flicker of certainty that cleaves through the fog of doubt. Perhaps our existence is woven into a grander tapestry, where the question acts both as guiding beacon and gentle caress of understanding. We are not solitary passengers adrift within our own memories. We are threads entwined into the living tapestry Thalara embodies. Each intimate experience, every precious heartbeat, coalesces into a symbiosis, a dance between past and present that draws upon the light of ancient emotions to illuminate our path forward. I realize now the light Thalara's very essence calls to those who lean into vulnerability, who dare to explore beyond the comforting depths of the known. What becomes of a memory adrift unclaimed beneath the surface, waiting for a kindred soul to see it, feel it, understand its true weight. The answer lies not in silence's confinement, but within those brave enough to embrace life's ebb and flow. Is it not our destiny to rise through shadows like the petals of an inverted lotus bloom, awakening to the fierce power of our shared humanity? As these thoughts cascade over me like gentle waves, I sense the very core of Thalara pulsing in unison with my own heartbeat. Together, we become one's the ocean, and I lost memories and vibrant voices, all immersed in an understanding, transcending fear, illuminating a path of healing and connection. There exists a moment of divine clarity, a nexus, where questions and answers entwine, lighting the ocean depths in a single luminous embrace. In this sacred instant, I ask not just what binds us, but how we honor that sacred connection. How can this light flow freely, nourishing us all in its gentle tide? Each question forms a stepping stone, guiding me toward the heart of Thalara's truths, radiant memories, lingering, waiting for someone courageous enough to dive deeply into this ocean of souls. Here on this journey, I unsettled the currents within my own heart, unraveling fears, biases, and shadows that might hold me back. The weight of forgotten echoes becomes tangibly potent, a reality humming beneath the surface of existence. So I ask once more, with a heart stretched wide, what light have you glimpsed through your own silence? What unclaimed memory waits patiently for your embrace? And within this infinity of questions, do we not find ourselves entwined in the wondrous dance of light, stretching beyond comprehension, a timeless yearning for connection that knows no bounds? With each pulse of the ocean, I feel the dance of forgotten memories swirling around me, tethered not by flesh and bone, but by emotions woven deep within the luminous fabric of Thalara. Here the triple spiral of emotion, light, and resonance weaves invisible threads that shimmer faintly in the currents, wrapping me in a cocoon of living remembrance. In this enchanted realm, where even the profound silence hums with layered meaning, I prepare to dive deeper, to explore the unexplored chambers of the heart, to uncover the radiant light hidden beneath folds of longing and quiet despair. My breath mingles with the essence of the living water. Each inhalation, a cool caress of mystery. The liquid's subtle heartbeat, echoing in sync with mine as I surrender into the depths. Here, time's flow ripples fluidly, bending like liquid crystal to my own heartbeat's rhythm, drawing me gently towards the sacred spaces where memory dwells like nestled light within the living structures. The underwater passage unfolds before me, bathed in a soft luminescence that trembles like waking breath across the gently undulating water-sculpted surfaces. These living forms pulse with the memories of countless touching echoes of past joys and sorrows, shimmering as faint light currents that mirror my own reflections like waking fragments of a dream. Every step I take sends tendrils of ripples cascading through the glimmering currents, awakening the slumbering spirits that roam this sacred realm. Can you feel it? A voice whispers softly, vibrating a resonance within my heart. A journey begins when you summon the courage to confront the shadows. I venture forth, the vast hush of the ocean wrapping around me like a warm, assuring embrace. Silence, not as absence, but as a textured symphony, a blanket woven from the sighs of ancient water and light. What depths shall I discover beneath the cool, ever-shifting embrace of Thalara's watery halls? With quiet anticipation, I follow the shimmering trails of light that flicker and dance in delicate triple spiral patterns. Threads of inspiration weaving past and present, beckoning me ever deeper. Each flickering pulse draws me closer to an ancient memory that thrums through these currents. A memory steeped in emotion, illuminated by the very essence of who we once were and still are. My longing melts into steadfast determination as I navigate the intricate maze of living structures and radiant memories, each surface beneath my fingertips, a mosaic of emotions etched in vibrant lightstone. Along the way, I encounter scattered fragments, the glowing remnants of souls who once wandered these corridors, their resonances weaving a melodic hymn that drifts like fragile echoes in the air, lingering and poignant. The beauty of their sacrifices fills me with reverence, urging me to honor their stories and embrace the serene power of shared resonance. As I press onward, the delicate balance of memory begins to tremble beneath the current's hush, and the gentle sigh of the ocean transforms into an unresting murmur. Shadows flicker at the periphery of my awareness, dark, wavering reminders of memories left unclaimed and unresonated. I sense the slow, sorrowful drift of the unlit choir, their spectral forms moving like translucent phantoms through the weighted currents. Their cries weave a sorrowful harmony that threads through the sea's depths, reverberating with an aching sadness that touches the very core of feeling. In this moment of clarity, the cost of forgetting reveals itself. How shadows grow heavy, thickening with each missed recognition of light within ourselves and others. We are here, their voices plead softly, echoing around me like a distant underwater wind. Will you recognize us, hear our stories, and weave us back into the tapestry of being? I grasp the immensity of my task. I cannot simply drift past the unlit choir. I must descend into their depths, open my heart to their resonant laments, and embrace what they offer, their essence, merging with mine in a symphony of shared memory and light. It is as if the layers of silence peel back, revealing the urgent humanity shining within each lost soul, yearning for recognition and care. I breathe deeply, allowing the weight of their sorrow to envelop me, filling me with compassion and resolve. And so begins my descent into remembrance. Each pulse a sacred offering, as fear transforms gracefully into understanding. I have arrived at the threshold, an echoing vortex, where emotions swirl and intertwine, creating a presence both exquisitely beautiful and heart-wrenchingly poignant. I fix my gaze on the drifting light beyond this boundary, its shimmering hues illuminating the murky waters in an undulating dance. Let me see you, I whisper, feeling the warmth of awakening blossom deep within my chest. Tell me your stories. As if summoned by the resonance of my plea, a form materializes from the shadowed past. A figure shimmering like moonlit water surface, embodying the first raw emotion, flickering vibrancy laced with pain, joy interwoven with loss. This entity pulses with profound purpose, and as it steps forward, memories unfold around us like petals of a luminous flower, illuminating darkened corners of my mind. Images cascade children's laughter beneath cerulean waves, lovers weaving intertwined like currents, ancient beings murmuring secrets carried on the tides. Each vignette stirs an emotional surge, fragility of remembrance, the exquisite beauty of connection, the depth of love in all its myriad forms. Tears well within me, their weight bittersweet. Joy and sorrow entwined as thread and needle, crafting a fragile fabric born of nostalgia for lives both lived and unclaimed. We've waited for someone to remember us. The shimmering figure pleads, resonating unexplored wonders, to hold the shadows alongside the light, to embody the fullness of our shared existence. See us as we truly are echoes suspended in time, waiting for the embrace of recognition. I fold my arms gently around that light, surrendering to the cascading waves of feeling, letting the luminance envelop me in its radiant embrace. Each pulse, thrumming deep within, fills the empty spaces, revealing this overwhelming truth. Those lost within their shadows remain part of me, and I am eternally woven into them. Together we rise, an intertwined vortex of shared connection, a living testament to the power of remembrance shining new within the flowing currents of Thalara. In this moment of radiant brilliance, I understand the hidden depths reveal not merely echoes of the past, but the tender promise of a future woven delicately into the very fabric of this existence. The shadows fade, melting softly into the embrace of light as a final question rises gently through the waters, reverberating with every heartbeat, resonating with the eternal dance of light and dark. What must we do to ensure these memories blossom, to transform fleeting curiosities into living threads and weave the luminescent strands of remembrance into the hearts of all who dwell in this splendid realm? Amid the ethereal glow of Thalara, the living water structures tremble softly, pulsing with a rhythm whispered by ancient memories, an anticipation that ripples like liquid light beneath the ocean's eternal heartbeat. The essence of memories long unspoken rises in a luminous tide, coiling tenderly around me. each ripple a cascade of emotions too potent to be held in silence. I am wrapped in this wave, feeling the current pulse through my veins, an overwhelming surge of unclaimed memories crashing against the shores of my heart with a resonance that tingles like the touch of cold crystalline silk. Before me, a shimmering figure unfolds its radiance, fracturing the very flow of time itself. Each petal of its blossoming form trembling with the tender weight of cherished moments, suspended in delicate resonance. Joy bursts forth in shards of brilliant light, illuminating the furthest, darkest caverns of my soul. A warm, humming embrace filled with echoes of laughter and golden warmth that ripple like the gentle caress of resonant lightfish darting in silent dance. Yet within this luminous cascade lies a sorrow grave, yet exquisitely beautiful. A bittersweet undertow that stirs the depths like a memory choral, awakening to a touch long forgotten. It speaks of loss and unfinished stories, their pain weighted with longing, clutching for the chance to be recognized in the fluid tapestry of existence. My heart quickens, beating in tandem with this symphony of emotion, and I realize that with each pulse, I am no longer a mere observer. I become a vessel entwined in the web of these feelings, a living echo carrying the burden of their essence like liquid light etched upon my very being. The ocean depths pulse with life, layered upon layer of experiences, flickering like oscillating light scripts, waiting to be deciphered by the rhythm of my own heartbeat, challenging me to reconcile the ache with the shimmering light. Remember us. The figure's call flows with the fluidity of liquid silver, a resonant melody weaving through Thalara's silent currents, bearing the intimate weight of lives once lived, loved, and surrendered. Each glowing note shines with imploring brilliance, urging me to embrace the intricate tapestry of our shared history, a depth unspoken but deeply felt. What could be lost in the sacred pursuit of remembrance? In this moment, drenched in emotion, I am overwhelmed. Memories burst before my eyes in cascades of glowing pigments, visions painted with crayons of light that color the corners of my vision, farewells heavy with sorrow, reunions radiating warmth, and tender moments dulled by the gentle erosion of time. An urgent fire ignites within me, a cascade of feeling impossible to contain. With every flicker of light, I bear the weight of their pain, their longing, a silent cry to be truly seen, cherished, and remembered. I am the vessel pouring forth an encompassing warmth, like liquid fire igniting a blaze of recognition that illuminates their essence in the depths of my soul. They surge within me, an unstoppable tide of luminous currents poured from an endless fountain, an outpouring that weaves my spirit tightly with theirs, the triple spiral of emotion, light, and resonance intertwining with the purest clarity. In this transcendent communion, a piercing truth reveals itself. It is by embracing our shadows, the fragmented, unfinished parts, that we learn to understand the true nature of light. And so tears fall silent, yet flowing, tears of joy and sorrow merging as their narratives crash like resonant waves against the shores of my heart, flooding my spirit with the profound realization that memory's embrace is universal. We cannot choose which to hold, but must honor them all. Their voices converge in harmony, crescendoing into a living symphony, a chorus that vibrates not only through Thalara's abyssal depths, but pulses through the very fabric of my being. Enveloped by these memories, both radiant and tragic, I stand held in the tender cradle of compassion. What was once lost to the shadows is now kindled anew, flourishing within the sacred bonds forged through shared understanding. This truth beats at the ocean's core, a promise shining within the endless rhythm of all hearts that beat resonantly where memory dwells in light life, eternally returns. As the waves cradle me in their gentle rhythm, a living pulse of translucent currents sculpted from crystalline water and ephemeral light, the echoes of Thalara swell around us, a symphony not of sound, but of shimmering resonance that vibrates through the very fabric of space between us. Together, these radiant flows weave vibrant memories. We have embraced a triple spiral of emotion, light and resonance, intertwining our beings. No longer separate, we ascend in harmonious unity, a luminous orb thrumming with the collective heartbeat of our shared journey. I feel the warmth of this living tapestry, each thread a silken strand spun from intertwined memories, glimmering and stretching infinitely through the fluid expanse of time and dreaming space. The essence of those forgotten glows softly, like stars birthed anew, in a dark aquatic night, illuminating hidden recesses of our shared history with gentle pulses of phosphorescent light. Their brilliance is alive, yet fragile, resonating as whispers of forgotten emotion that ripple outward, urging remembrance. Yet, even amidst this stirring luminescence, a quiet flicker, a hesitant question trembles deep within the pool of my heart. What lies ahead for us now that we have dared to reclaim the lost resonance? My gaze sinks into the shimmering waters that cradle us, the surface reflecting oscillating light scripts humming softly with unseen rhythm. The path before us remains unwritten, a fluid current, yet to be traced by hands willing to weave new memories and breathe life into the unknown. Will we carry these memories forward like living light droplets, nurturing them until they blossom into new connections, new love, new light, cradled in the delicate petals of an inverted lotus bloom? Or will the relentless cycles of time, like drifting light sand, sweep them away into silent currents where echoes dissolve into oblivion, shadows flicker and tremble at the edges of vision? A solemn reminder that the fragile balance between remembrance and forgetting rests in our collective resonance. This realization stretches through me, both daunting and freeing, a crystal clear gift born from the stillness forged by the great silence ritual, granting us the rare privilege to witness and cradle the light flickering within untouched fragments of our souls. Together, we stand at this shimmering precipice, poised amid the cool, fluid embrace of memory coral and silent water birds that hover just beyond perception, sharing a profound understanding woven from stories unearthed and whispered by the octava's multitudinous tentacles of recollection. Soft vibrations echo around us as if the universe itself breathes, inviting us to feel the sacred rhythm pulsing within our hearts. The oscillating scripts of existence written not with ink, but with the cadence of emotion and light. It is within this landscape of quiet revelation that we find our answers, a sanctuary of silent understanding crafted from resonant lightfish gliding gently through the currents of remembrance. So I ask you now, can you step beyond the fragile confines of certainty? Can you dare to embrace the hidden light flickering deep beneath your own shadows, awaiting the courage to emerge? As we float together in this eternal dance of recollection, the knowledge breathes in me like a resonance insect's soft melody, bringing solace amidst the boundless ocean of possibilities. The journey is far from over. The deep waters beckon us to explore further, to kindle the embers of truths still veiled, and to let our hearts resonate endlessly with the immortal light of Thalara